Hello and welcome to a new SPAD.next What's New video. After 3 months of development, 0.9 is ready for release now. Since we changed a lot of stuff, I decided first to do some videos before the release will be published. There will be a series of videos the next days, focusing on one new feature each. So this is a part 1, general what's new overview and an introduction to the all new user interface. Why is it not moving? No. So what's new in 0.9? First of all, we have an all new user interface. Forget everything you learned about SPAD.next the last months. The user interface got cleaned up completely. Everything looks the same and is used the same way. Of course, we have a lot of new features. Here are top 5 picks by the beta testers. With the conditional events, there will be an extra video about that. Then we have a video and a new feature for access calibration, where you can define the dead zones, prevent flickering of accesses, and tune in how sensitive they shall be. Then long requested the online snippets and profile database, so you don't need to do everything yourself or look in the forum for a profile for a plane. You can access it online as soon as it has been published. And then we have unbound events, means a little bit like scripting, like you can have events to occur when certain conditions are met without pressing any button, so they run in the background, and like if an engine goes on fire, you can turn on switches and stuff like that. And long awaited the Majestic -8 Q400 support. Please note that only the professional version of the Q400 is supported. So what's new about the user interface? As you knew before, we have a top menu with the main menu points. You will notice here that we have split it up a bit. So a new point is profiles, where you can access the local and online profiles. And then we split up the panels, which means it's the BIP panel, the switch panel, the radio panel, the multi-panel, and the all new scripting panel will be found here. And we have controls, where all devices go that control something, like joysticks, like the joke, like the quadrants, the trim wheel, the TPM. And the FIP got an extra menu because quite a lot of users have more than 5, 6, 7, I saw installations up to 15 FIP installed, so they got an extra menu. The former lower menu that was placed here has been moved to the left hand side and made real buttons, so you can easily access them. And will always be on the same place and always be the same order, which you can change. If you now go into a device, a BIP panel, by example, it looks a bit confusing at the first glance now, but it has its order. So for the panels or for the devices, everything is split into 2 parts. That's the upper part, where you can see the device, access its functions, and on the right hand side always is the device menu. Everything that is global for the whole device will be found here, like renaming and reordering the device for the menu here. Then you can access here the device settings, where you can turn on or off if virtual power should be managed for this device and stuff like that. And for panels that support it, you have a virtual panel, the virtual power button here, where you can turn on and off the virtual power. This button will be not visible or not available for panels that do not support it, or if you turned it off in the device settings. Depending on the device, some more options might show up here, like for the FIP, for loading the gauges or clearing it, or for all controls, the button to open the access calibration window. On the lower half of the window, there's always the event configuration shown for the event that is currently selected. In this case, this panel plate in the BIP is selected. You will see all events that are configured for this plate, and here you can already see that here a conditions bound will be shown in the later video, what actions will take if the condition is met, and the priority of the event. On the right hand side of the lower part, you will find all actions that are specific to an event. So like add an event, edit the selected event, delete it, publish it. Here we'll show it in a bit, where you can select if you want to select publish just the selected one, all events for the selected switch, or even the complete device. And you can access the online snippets. So if you want to configure something new, it's a good idea to check if someone maybe published a snippet for it, so you don't have to do it as well alone. And underneath, optional buttons will appear, like change label, where you can change a label that is shown in the UI for stuff. A little bit hidden is the option to interact with the clipboard. It's hidden behind this little arrow here. Well, it will open a little menu for working with clipboard. I'm going to show that now. So we are going into the program now, and we have loaded the default SimConnect base profile, which is coming with SPAD.next and pretty much covers most of the devices. So we had, let's go to the multi-panel, and if I select the panel, I see nothing. All the event buttons are disabled. I can just do the normal stuff that is for the device, and then I can select, like you know it from the 0.8, a button or a display. Sorry, double clicked. And it will be selected. All events will be shown here, and you can interact with it. The power events for the device can be found under the power button, which configured. That's one of the changes we have made. If you create a new profile or connect a new device, the power events will not be automatically added to the device. You have to do that manually or use the snippets, which brings us directly to the online snippets. So if you want to, we delete those two. So that's the situation when the panel is created newly or connected, or you create a new profile and you want to add the power conditions to the power button. I go to the online snippets and I get a snippet browser. Let me see. Okay. On the upper left, you can always select which snippets you want to see, which features. All the features that are disabled in your installation will be great and cannot be selected, like Q400 in this installation now. And you can deselect all the stuff you don't want to see. So I don't want to see any snippets that have to do with FSU IPC, that use any LVAR, that use local variables or PMDG stuff or Wilke stuff. So I will only see SimConnect snippets now, and forgot to put this into the right text, but with this little checkbox you can select if you only want to see snippets that are valid for the current aircraft, or if you want to see all aircraft. For the device, you can select the switch you're interested in, or there are global events like the power configuration, and there we have power configuration that works with the avionics master, and power configuration that works with the master battery switch. So since we use the multi-panel, we say we want to use the avionics master snippet, so we just select it, click OK, it will be downloaded, and whoop, there are our events. And you heard the little beep sound, which means the operation has been completed successfully. If you hear any other sound, something went wrong, and just redo it. So if we go now, let's take the IRS, because it has to be changed anyway. So that's the default SimConnect configuration for the indicated airspeed hold button on the multi-panel. If you press a button now, I'm just doing it. I'm not doing this because I have turned it off. You can select to publish the event. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted now. So we just selected events, click on the publish button and give it a name and say activate IRS hold as a name. Then we can give it a description. IRS current hold. Then we can select the scope if we want to publish the complete event, means all actions that are defined here. If we only want to publish the selected sub-event, that's the line that's highlighted, or if we even want to publish the complete device. So all configured switches and displays for the multi-panel will be published in one snippet then, and you can download the complete device. And also we can say the validity of the snippet. We can say it's valid for all aircrafts, or we can say only for selected aircrafts. Then the known select aircrafts button dialog will show up, where all aircraft that are assigned to the profile are automatically pre-selected, and you can say, okay, this is only for the Skyhawk. And we hit save and we say submit, and that's it. If you do it the first time, you might see a dialog asking you to enter an author key. It's described there how to get it and how to do it. If your SPAD.next installation is already bound to a forum profile, the dialog will not show up. So just follow the instructions. The same like for snippets, like parts of profiles, applies to whole profiles. If you go now to the profile section, we have 4 subsections by default. It's local, that means all profiles that are on your local computer stored. Then we have default, that's the 4 default profiles that come with SPAD.next. And then we have online publish, going to go that in a second. Again, we have a middle section where the selection of the profiles will show up, and then we have the buttons to interact with this profile. To activate it, create a new profile from the selected profile, delete it or edit it to assign aircraft, give it a new name, or write a description. Then we can create a completely empty profile and we can publish it. In the selection here, you will see when the profile has been last changed on your hard disk, and automatic versioning is included also. So whenever you save a profile, the version number behind the period will change, will increase, and whenever you publish a profile, the major version number before the period will increase and the minor version will go to 0. So you can always see that this profile has been published 6 times by me and is currently edited. So if I now select the online profiles, not many profiles there yet, but I hope that it will fill up the next days. The profiles will be queried from the server. You will see which providers, which features are used in this profile. Like this one, the PMGG 777 uses SimConnect and PMGG 777 features. And by default, you will only see profiles which providers are activated in your installation. Then you can filter more by only installed aircrafts. You will not see any profiles anymore that are for aircraft that you don't have installed, and only installed devices. So if a profile references an instrument panel and you don't have it, and you click only install devices, those profiles will be filtered out. If you select one, the information that the user gave when publishing will be shown here, and if any aircraft are selected, I think it's here, you will see the aircrafts assigned to this profile here. And you just select it and click activate profile. Going to do that now, then it will be downloaded. Of course, I changed my profile, don't want to save it. Yes, I want to overwrite it. So it has been downloaded and activated. And as you could have expected, if you click on the publish button, you will see all profiles that you have published, and you can see how many downloads this profile got. In front, the button is not active yet. Here will be shown a rating later. So to have a real-world example for using online snippets is, for example, if you go for the Pro joke and you would like to program the head switch now to pan the view in the aircraft, in the virtual cockpit. If you do this by hand, you will have to program every direction of the head switch yourself. And luckily, someone did this already, so we go to the online snippets. It will automatically select the head switch and show us the snippets available here. And we select, we want the pan view repeating. Pity me didn't comment what it does. It binds all the head switch directions to the pan events and uses a new feature in it for buttons of controls, which repeats the buttons as long as I press it. I will show that in the next video when we go into configuring event and actions. Here you can see the calibrate axis button. It will be available for all axes of joysticks and jokes. You can just press it and follow the instructions. You can set the range of the axis that should be used, the dead zone. The axis smoothing means if you have a joystick that is very sensitive, you can say, okay, the movement should be smooth so that you don't tilt full left just with moving the joystick a little bit to the left. And you can set the minimum delta that has to be met by the axis to be recognized by SPAD.next. This is especially useful for joysticks that flicker or jitter around, means sending a lot of events even if you don't move the axis. A lot of joysticks have these problems because they are very, very sensitive, and every time Windows signals the joystick has moved. It has to be processed by SPAD.neXt. And if you experience that as soon as your joystick is connected, SPAD.neXt starts to react slowly, events come in delayed, stuff happens delayed, this is usually a sign that a joystick axis is jittering, and you can play here with the minimum delta button to adjust it. So let me look on my list if we have covered everything for this video. Yes, we have. So that's the first look at the new UI. Maybe showing that's how joysticks look now. You have the buttons, the axis, and the head switches, and you can rename the axis, of course. If like the x-axis is bound to throttle for you, you can just name it throttle, and it will show in here and changed here, so you don't have to think about it. Was it Z rotation or was it the x-axis? For the fib, you will have the load gauge button and the clear gauge button. The middle ones are only seeable for people with gauge designer licenses, and can send, say, here if you want to run it on fib, and if vertical power of this fib is on or off. So that's it for the new UI. Once you played with this, you will recognize it's very easy to use. We put a lot of work into getting it as easy to use as possible. So it's easy to understand, and you don't need to ask 20 people how to configure a button. It should be self-explaining in most cases. The next video will be about everything about event configuration, like what is behind this, what about this conditions, how do they work, will be the next video. And then the third video will be how to use the script panel. You will see it always. It looks like the bib, but it's the scripting panel. That will be the third video. So have fun playing with it. Thanks for your attention, and hopefully enjoy the time with SPAD.neXt.